Hey everybody, it's Alexis with Create Your Future. I am back with a brand new video. It's Monday, so I'm talking about manifesting. Today, specifically manifesting your relationship, using your thoughts to create. How do you create the ultimate reality that you want with your person of your choosing, right? So I have a great success story that also illustrates this, also about a client of mine who overcame herself, her limitations, her focus on things that had happened previously to the past, and then how she turned it around with her SP, right? Before I get started, the links for booking one-on-one coaching, one-on-one hypnosis, the links to all of my courses and my pre-recorded hypnosis audios that are bestsellers are in the box below. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. You guys, also, kind of funny, I've never done this in a video, but I want to clear up some internet rumors that have come to light that little birdies have had questions about, okay? I want to say that thank you everyone who has noticed me, taken note of me, noticed what I've been wearing, how I look like, what I'm wearing and not wearing in videos. My background, thank you for complimenting me and being on my side about my method in coaching and how it comes across in videos. I do want to say that, you guys, I have been happily married since I got married. And if I haven't had my wedding rings on in videos, right, I have my wedding ring, my engagement ring, and then my wedding band. If I haven't worn them in videos, it's just been by happenstance because I work from home in between sessions. Sometimes I'm cooking. I cook most of our meals that we eat here. Fun fact, because I love cooking. I'm also very hands-on with Logan, so sometimes that's happening. But usually it's just been because I'm at home and I work from home, and I always have my wedding rings on when I go outside. That's just me. Yeah, because I do happen to love my wedding ring. Okay, so there's that. I never got divorced. I've always been happily married. I am still currently married, legally married to the guy that I have my son with, Logan. All right, so there's that. I also want to clear up that I hear Alexis choose to be part of Create Your Future. This is a wonderful company that I choose to be part of. Outside of Create Your Future, I did all of my training and all of my schooling. Previously, I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist, a certified master trainer in neurolinguistic programming, which is integrative psychology. And I have done extensive schooling, training, which create me to be a coach now professionally. By the first 10 years of my career, I was in the field of fitness, owned a business. I was a high-level trainer of a certain technique, certain method. I trained people, had a whole thing. And then amidst all that, found my passion, and really my purpose was more to facilitate people one-on-one, trading their minds, not trading their bodies. And it was just a jump that I made. But I want to say that I choose to be part of Create Your Future because it's my choice. I like being part of Create Your Future. We're a wonderful team. It's a wonderful company. Miss Amanda, who is our CEO, is a wonderful person and one of my dear friends. And we are here to change the world through the power of intention and the mental diet. So thank you for noticing that I have a very hybrid practice. Yes, I'm a law of assumption coach, right? Which is the law of assumption is the law of belief in the mind. You change your assumptions about self. You change your assumptions and thoughts about people. Your reality shifts and changes. It's just how it is. But I have a hybrid practice, right? I talk to people about their nervous system, what they're creating, what they haven't created, where their beliefs come from, where the assumptions come from. I do extensive coaching through Create Your Future, one-on-one, and I love it, all right? Oh, there's Logan in the womb. I put that there because it was empty and it was over here. So there he is. Okay. But thank you for noticing me in my videos. I often am not even aware that there are necessarily so many viewers because I'm sitting here at my desk doing my video. I sit here at my desk with all of my clients throughout the week. I applaud all of the comments on the interwebs about me and about us. It's great to see that we're talked about, and we are doing great things. And I want to say that too. Okay. So yeah. All right. Moving on. Oh, I also want to say too that, don't be dissuaded by, I am married, I have my son, other people that are married, people that have kids, if that's what you're manifesting. Most of my clients are manifesting marriage, specific person, kids, family, future, finances, abundance, right? When you see people that have that, remember that in our 3D reality and in the human experience, we all go through things, circumstances, issues, things to overcome, things to change. There's always going to be something that you're going to want to create or manifest because you were created to create. You were created by a creator to create and waken up to creating your reality. So yes, I'm married. Yes, I have Logan, my son. I consider us to be 90% happy 90% of the time. But to be honest, like we've had issues that we have worked through. We have gotten closer. I now feel much more spiritually, physically, mentally connected to my husband than ever because everything that we've created together has created us to be stronger. Now, this is my reality. It is my perspective. It is my projection. So could you create that you're 100% happy with someone all of the time and like nothing bad happens? Yeah, I guess you could, but I've never met anyone who never creates or manifests things to create movement moving forwards. And like, why do we have to do that, right? Why be resistant to things happening that awaken us to growth and change, and that propels us into, you know, having it be more fun, okay? So if you're manifesting marriage, manifesting kids, this is your reminder that it's possible for you. You can manifest it too. It is just having the right mental diet, the right perspective, maintaining your focus, persisting in your chosen story, okay? So, excuse me. So the client I want to talk about today did just that. She had an old story of self and an old story of her specific person. Her specific person was a boyfriend that she had known for about 6 years. They had been on again, off again, hot and cold. He would come in and say certain things. He would leave because he said things. They would have some blowout arguments. It would lead to like a disillusion of the dating, and then he would come back. She also had 2 kids. He has 1 kid. Okay, so there was an extra layer of children. What else? What else? Oh, okay. So the moral of why I'm bringing this up is because she changed her story of self, her story of who she believed to be, and what she believed was possible for relationships. Now, I want to say that there were lots of limitations that she shared with me that she felt just about herself, her age, where she was at in life, what was possible for her, and what was possible for her future. So you guys, if this rings a bell for you, and you're consciously manifesting a relationship, but there are like tertiary things going on, secondary things going on, let's not forget that the whole totality of your mind creates and manifests and pushes out into your reality. Your deeper seated assumptions and ideas about life dictate what you're thinking, and they create the outpicturing into your reality. So to be specific, this client had a lot of limitations that she had put upon herself by what she had seen, what she heard about society, about herself, and about age. Limitations about what was possible for her with fertility, what was possible for her, right, with fertility, getting pregnant, having a family with him because she wanted to have another child, but didn't think that it was possible for her at her age because of the age that she was at. And then she had a lot of other beliefs about her being a woman, like men age better than women. Women, as they get older, they expire. I'm trying to think of what they were exactly. As I get older, life gets worse for me. As I get older, there's less options for me. As I get older and as I age as a woman, men don't want me. My man doesn't want me. I always have to be making sure that I look perfect and being presentable so that he wants me, right? So I had her really investigate and write down what all the current limitations were to her and this guy being together that pertain to her, right? Now, this is just one element that we did in coaching. It wasn't the totality of obviously everything. And I didn't give her, and you guys, I want to be clear too, I am not giving anybody a mental diet. They go out and do it, and then they write in a success story, and it happens like 2 weeks later. That could happen sometimes. I'm not saying it never happens, but the common theme I see with people is we have to dive through and pick apart the many layers, the onion that is the mind, and the onion that are the deeper seated beliefs and assumptions about reality, about self, and about the other person, and about relationships. Because here, the most coaching that I do is people, relationships, specific person, falling in love, being in love, having it continue and exist for a lifetime. Okay. So think, as I say that, think about all the limitations that exist within you, all the labels and limitations that exist within you, also about you, because those could also be getting in the way of manifesting it with them, with him, with who they are, right? So if this speaks to you, begin to be aware of like, what's the story that I'm telling myself about me? Because we have to change the story of all of these things together, systematically learning how to do that, staying on track, and reminding yourself that you are the creator of your reality. Your thoughts create. So let's choose and pick, because your thoughts are jewels. Your thoughts are your power system. How you focus on yourself and how you focus on them and how you focus on the we is how it manifests, right? So I said to her, well, I think it's time that we get more empowered and more confident with thoughts about self as a woman, as your age, and that you can have it. Okay. And there's also a surprise in the success story. Okay. Dear Alexis, thank you so much for all of your coaching, holding my hand, and all of your guidance and all of the exercises that you had me do over, I would say it's been about 5 or 6 months of coaching and consistently talking to you. I want to tell you right now that I just found out that I'm pregnant, ... and I can't believe it happened. This really goes to show that it's your story that creates, it's your perspective that creates, and that anything is possible. Before I talked to you, I thought that I wasn't going to be able to have a family, that my time was up, and that I had to really change myself, she puts in quotations, according to manifestation videos, in order to get what I wanted. I realize now that I actually had nothing to change, and that I had been misled into thinking that I had to change, where all along I have been perfect. So now I can successfully say that we are in a committed relationship, and I can't believe it that I'm already pregnant. You and I had decided that the thing to go for was me being fertile, and it happened way, way, way quicker than I could have ever imagined. I'm over the moon, and also he is too. He is so excited because I have manifested it. I have created it to be so, and he is planning all of the things. I can't even begin to tell you all of the things that he is doing. This is my success story. This is my success story. This is my success story. When you put that stamp on my notes and told me that this signified that I would be a success story, I knew that it just had to come true, and I kept on persisting. I want anyone that watches this video and hears my story to know that this took many months and many hours of focusing, refocusing, getting back into my creative power, being the creator of my reality, and knowing that my thoughts create. There were many things and situations and circumstances in the way that tried to get me to be derailed, that tried to get me off the course. But with Alexis's help and her guidance and her oftentimes yelling at me to stay on track, I made it happen. So now I can't wait to have my third child, and my SP and I will be moving in together. Thank you so much, XO. Okay. So I also want to point out here that with this particular situation, she really wanted, and he wanted to manifest the pregnancy first, moving in together second. I just realized as I said that might be the opposite of what a lot of people want, but I just help people manifest what they want. Okay. So you guys, like, how did she do that? Right? How did she maintain her focus and persist in the face of what she didn't want? Right? Well, like I said in a lot of my videos, it's a skill. It takes practice. It gets easier. It's a skill. It takes practice. It gets easier. But you want to know that the only person that you're changing is yourself. And to begin thinking, how do I hold myself in my reality? What do I think about myself in my reality? How do I describe myself? What do I think about myself? And then what do I think about myself in terms of love and relationships? Do I think that I'm the one that has to make it happen? Oh, my throat is itchy. It's been dry in the area out here. Am I the one that, am I taking on the role in the relationship that I have to do everything, make it happen, figure it out, change myself, change them, change myself, change them, think differently, be Miss Perfect, make it happen? Okay. I want to tell you, you could do it that way. But what most people really want is to be pursued, adored, have someone be there for them, you know, for a lifetime, for forever, have a, like this client, have a family, move in together, get pregnant. And if you don't want that, that's fine. But if you want to just have the adoration, the love of a person and them doing things for you, it's really the opposite paradigm of thought, expectation, and focus than being in the place of, I have to do a bunch of things. I have to prove myself. I have to be this. I've got to say this. I've got to do this correctly. I have to do this correctly. You know, I actually saw, I think it's a Netflix show that's called the Allison, Madison affair. There's something about a sex scandal website that comes out, and there is a Netflix documentary about it. I've not watched the documentary, but I happened to see the preview, like the trailer for it. And it's this woman who's saying that she did everything for her husband. She woke up, she cooked him breakfast. She always had his meals prepared. She always had this, she always had that. In the end, there was infidelity in their circumstance. But the way that she spoke about him was like, I did all the perfect things. I presented myself the perfect way. I was the perfect wife. I did all the doings. I did all the things. And then he went and did that. Okay. Now I want to say what you're doing is fine. Whatever you end up doing in your relationship, the actions you take, the actions you don't take, that's fine. Whatever you choose to do. I'm not condemning her actions, but the perspective and the thoughts need to change. Right. And if you're wanting someone to do things for you, pay attention to you, love on you, give you things, adore you, pursue you, you already know I'm going to say this, and we have to stop pursuing them physically and energetically, right? Because we want to receive and allow their love, their adoration, their pursuit, their hunt, and them doing things for you, okay? So you want to get out of the human logical way that we go about this. The human logical way that we go about this is kind of like the thoughts and the ideas and the paradigm that the client I had was living in. I'm this age, he's this age, no, I have been talking to clients all day. So that's also the reason why, gosh, my voice just sounded so deep. Okay. I am this age. I am this way. I am a woman. This is that, all this logic noise, and also her fertility. You guys, I've said this to everybody, but your fertility is up to you. Your fertility, whether you're, I don't know if the word fertility is applicable to men, but whether you're a man or you're a woman, if you want to have kids, you want to be viable. Okay. If you don't want to do IVF, you don't have to. I am not trying to go against the medical community, but in a way I am. It really is up to your mind and what you think, because your body is listening. Okay. So she had all these Post-its of thought that she had stuck to herself. I'm a woman. I'm this age. This means this. This means that. And I said, oh, okay. So tell me all about that. So she told me all about it. And I said, we have to change all of that, because if we want him and we want you to be happy and you to be in harmony, manifesting consistency, devotion, love, adoration, I would just like for you to like yourself and love yourself and think highly about yourself and your age, your health, your body, your future, and that the best is yet to come and that you're aging in reverse. Okay. Just some options of things I said. You could write those down. Okay. Now, if we say the best is yet to come, it's usually something that I offer to people to get through a circumstance, but we want the best to also be here now. Okay. So you guys, the bottom line is, what are you thinking about you? What are you thinking about them? And what are you thinking about the we? It is that simple. You can manifest anyone back. You can change anyone based upon the power of how you're holding them to be in your mind, how you describe them to be, and who you think them into being. Okay. So let's just marinate on that this week. This is something similar that I say in every video, but in this case, like, let's really applaud this client who she really thought when we first started coaching, she really thought that a third child was like impossible. Okay. It was through us talking about it, talking about her limitations, talking about these things, that we really got through into a breakthrough where she was like, wait a minute, it's my thoughts that dictate who I am. My thoughts dictate what can happen with my body and my reality. So I'm going to go for the gold. I'm going to focus on what I want. It's going to happen right now. Okay. I'm going to focus on what I want. It's going to happen right now. Okay. You could even apply that to receiving an apology if someone's hurt your feelings, getting a phone call when someone hasn't been phone calling you. It's happening right now. I'm getting what I want. It's happening right now in the mind, not telling anyone and not sending a text that says that. Okay. There was something else that I really wanted to point out about her scenario. Oh, and it's leaving my mind at the moment, unfortunately, but it's all the same, you guys, because remember that your thoughts, how you consciously think and describe and hold yourself to be in your mind, and hold the SP to be in your mind, hold the relationship to be in your mind, it transfers to two places, not 4-2. your subconscious mind and your outer reality. It's a push out, it's a projection of the inner mind. So it's like your mind is always listening. Your mind doesn't know what not being fertile is or being fertile is. It just listens to what is. So you want to tell your mind and tell yourself exactly what you want to have happen, because then it happens. It's not like your mind understands positive and negative, or only my positive affirmations manifest. That whole thing doesn't work either, because your mind doesn't understand positive and negative. It just knows what it knows, which is the story. It knows what it knows, which is the story, like data information. So that's why we also had to rectify, and most of my clients and I have to really move through the old patterns. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Rejection and abandonment, because her mind would try to trick her, like almost all of my clients, to go to the past and collect information and therefore focus on past rejection, past abandonment with the SP and with other SPs. Okay. So we had a workaround, which I give a lot of people, which is we have to be focusing in the now and realize that the past rejection, the past abandonment, the past everything, it only exists in your mind. You're not traveling there on a spaceship and watching it like in real time. So like, you guys, use the power of the now, use the power of your focus now to create and manifest the future. That's what you can get a hold of. You can get a hold of your thoughts and what you're thinking and how you're choosing to view the past, right? So you just don't want to allow thoughts of the past or what happened before to come in and derail you of your focus, because therefore you're taking your cues on your mental diet on what happened before. Does that apply to now? It's like taking your cues or your thoughts from the 3D reality. We do not take our thoughts and our focus from the 3D or the past. It's based just upon, this is what I want. This is what I'm manifesting. This is what's happening for me. This is how it's going. This is what's happening for me. This is what I'm choosing. I know that my thoughts create, and I am manifesting the things that I want. Okay. So there we go, you guys. So let's really use this to stay on it this week. Stay persistent and consistent. Do a deep dive on yourself and think about, what are my limitations about me? And like, what are the things about me? Like, I'm a woman. Like, if you're a guy watching this, or you're neither, what do you have labeled as a post-it on yourself that's like, you know, outdated, right? Because we can all age in a beautiful way, gracefully, beautifully, loving life. It's all up to you. It really is up to you and what you think. And a lot of the things that we end up thinking are social constructs. They're logical things. They're things that are from the 3D reality that, again, I find a lot of it to be outdated, kind of boring, right? So take the road least traveled, focus on what you want, reinvent yourself and your self-concept to be the person that you really want to be. Not like a version of you that's kind of quasi, oh yeah, I want to be that to get that. No, right? We're doing this consciously and on purpose. So you got to go for the gold. Go for the gold, you guys. Okay. All right. So this is my video for this week. I hope that it inspires you, keeps you going, and that we stay focused and persistent. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in a week. Have a great week. Bye.